clubs in Europe, and we still have some of the biggest, of course, in front of us today. But these 4 teams had to go through that round of, the extra round. They had to go through the preliminary rounds, you would say. So they've done so well to get to not just the quarterfinals, but to Championship Sunday.
Absolutely. I think what you're seeing on your screen right here is one of the reasons that the 4 players that we're seeing on the screen have done so well. I'm sure Desari can sort of go on to this point as well. The importance of custom tactics. All 4 of these players have used custom tactics, have implemented player instructions. Desari, you're a world champion. You're one of the best players, if not the best player, to ever play FIFA. How important are custom tactics and player instructions?
It's always the key. Like, I always focus on my custom tactics and my instructions, and whoever knows me well in the pro scene, he knows that, like, I'm a pro tactical guy, so I enjoy analyzing my opponent. I enjoy also working on my tactics. So I think, like, definitely it's a key.
And one thing I'd like to ask you as well, Desari, you've played in many Championship Sundays, in Foot Champions Cups, in E-World Cup finals. You've won an E-World Cup final. What is the biggest difference between going into a Swiss day or a day 2 compared to a Championship Sunday? How do you have to kind of prepare yourself?
I think when you go to Championship Sunday, stress is off and you have like a huge boost of confidence, and that's what you really need.
I don't know if you're sight there, Brandon, on the screen. Jesper Karlstrom on 2 depth, from what I could understand from his tactics. So it's clear to see he is respecting the attacking prowess of Jesper Karlstrom as we get underway in our first semi-final of the Stay and Play Cup.
And we're down to the final 4. This will be our first semi-final of the evening. As we mentioned, Brøndby, the Danish side, up against the Swedish side that's had fantastic form in real life and in the Stay and Play Cup. His first tackle will come into the game. It will be Jesper Lindstrom kicking from left to right in that away Brøndby strip, and it will be Jesper Karlstrom, of course, of Djurgården, kicking from right to left, Richard. And out of the 2 players, we've been able to monitor how they've played. We've got the highest scoring player against one of the lowest scoring players. In Lindstrom, he scored 15 goals so far in the Stay and Play Cup. On the other side of that for Karlstrom, started very confident, was scoring 3 kicks for fun in those prelim games that we were alluding to. But then yesterday, had to go through a golden goal and much more of a tighter game.
And what you're seeing on your screen right now, this is exactly how I expected Jesper Karlstrom to take this game. Keeping hold of the ball, trying to keep possession, almost bring on the attacks of Lindstrom, and then potentially playing behind. You saw the depth. It's going to be deep. He's going to want to soak up the pressure. But Lindstrom coming forward, lovely drag back inside the box, kicked across. First chance of the game going to Lindstrom.
I guess the question we want to ask you, Desari, when you start a game, what's the first 20 minutes like for you? Is it a case of, I need to score that first goal? Is it, in some ways, just sensing out how your opponent wants to play and how they're setting up?
It's really important the first 20 minutes of the game. I really like to hold off the ball, to check how the game, how my opponent play. Will he like to pressure me more, or would he just defend a little bit more and to play on counterattacks?
And you've got the reputation, Desari, as being, as I said before, one of the best, if not one of the top players of all time in FIFA, not just this year. You're going to play against people who are going to play low depth, who are going to play defensive against you. How do you try and break those players down that are just wanting to defend?
I always believe in how many players you have in the attack. Like, if the opponent have 10, you need to have 10 at least. Just your 2 center backs on the back. But I think you need obviously to encourage your players to go up and attack, have a bit more of triangle passes, and let's say to have more than option to pass, because that's really important, and to have a quick passing.
Certainly. It has been a possession style of play from the word go from the Swede in Jesper Karlstrom. If you have just joined us, this is our Championship Sunday of the Stay and Play Cup. We've got 2 semi-finals in front of us, and of course we will be going into that final where we will be crowning our Stay and Play Cup champion.
I'll have to give credit for Jesper Karlstrom. Like, I love how he keeps the ball and how he managed the game. Like, even against Trent yesterday. Like, he have a plan when he goes into a game. Like, you can see, like, he don't panic while he have the ball possession, while Lindstrom trying to press more. So I really would like to give him a credit.
Yeah, the possession style of play, you can certainly see it's something that he feels comfortable with. It's a game plan that he's prepared for in this quarter-final and against Trent, now into the semi-final against Lindstrom, and he could be breaking a deadlock, and he is. Possession style of play coming out on top in the first 25 minutes. A round of applause from Lindstrom, but it is Karlstrom breaking the deadlock, Brandon.
Yeah, it is indeed, and credit where it is due. Jesper Lindstrom, you can see him clapping the goal because he knows it's a fantastic finish as the Swedish side will take the lead. But Desari, as you were alluding to, yesterday we saw very much a possession style of play from Jesper Karlstrom, and then he was able to counter-attack. That's a fantastic passage of build-up play from him.
It is. Like, I think he wanted to frustrate his opponent and to, let's say, his opponent to do a mistake in the centre-backs or maybe the midfielders, and that's what leads him to a goal. Like, even against Trent yesterday, Trent sometimes push a player, a centre-back or left-back, and he try to play in that position.
And now, those custom tactics that he was implemented earlier with the low depth, with the defensive aspect.
Oh, wow.
Hold on a second. Richard, just be quiet, because we've got a verified player in Jesper Lindstrom who doesn't care about your tactics. 1-1, 35 minutes.
He's just brought out the dingo celebration as well. If you're very familiar with the FIFA esports team, professional FIFA player in Bromby Dingo is obsessed with the salt and pepper crusher celebration. Jesper Lindstrom bringing it out, and I tell you what, he deserved it with that goal. A lovely drag back into the finish. And we expected a competitive semi-final. That is exactly what we got on our hands. We're straight back down the other end now. Chance for Jagard, and just take him off the line.
End-to-end FIFA right now.
To be honest, Jesper Karlstrom deserved a lot of credit because, as we've already alluded to, Lindstrom is one of the highest goal scorers in the Stay and Play Cup. He's netted 15 goals in total. The man is used to putting the ball in the back of the net, and he's been denied, I should say, for a good 35 minutes or so. But we are back all square, and Desari, this game is looking so tightly contested.
It looks like a FUT Champions game or a competitive game, to be honest. Like, it's really tight and it's really close. And I have to say, like, Jesper Karlstrom possession, like, was really, really good.
I think that's one of the big things you see in the little ball rolls, the drag backs, the feints. It is like watching a FUT Champions Cup qualifier, a weekend league top level game, even a pro game at an event. This is the sort of the style of FIFA that you're seeing. Tactical, you're not throwing loads of players forwards, you've come in with a game plan, and both of these two players playing to their very top potential right now.
Here is a chance. Once again, Jagard now in possession. He does go down to ground. He's in a little bit of a tussle with the Bromby defender. Bromby do come out on top, and it's interesting, as we both expected. Both Jespers starting themselves in this game of FIFA. As we know, it's 85 rated overall. And Desari, if there's anyone out there that's wondering what's the biggest difference between a head-to-head 85 overall and, your normal FUT champions, could you maybe break that down in just a simple few sentences?
I think the skill moves is obviously a key, because the skill moves in the 85 mode is like, I think 3 skill moves maximum, but in the ultimate team you'll have like 4 or 5 skill moves, so I think it will be really effective in the game.
I still think as well, the weak foot is quite a big thing. The weak foot is one of the only live attributes from the players, so with the skill moves being locked at 3, sometimes having a 4-star weak foot can be a very big difference in the games.
Yeah, and I'm sure, Richard, that there will be the Bromby esports players of Fredbergs and Dingoes out there that are watching that have had so much success in the eSuperliga. They'll be thinking, Jesper, do you want to join the team? Do you want to join the team roster?
I mean, he's played very, very well. As he said, on day one, he's a FUT verified player, meaning he's got 27 wins, which even, I think, paints in a bigger picture how well Jesper Karlstrom is playing right now.
Yeah.
From him.
Like everyone from the guys, like, was talking about the game, all of us were choosing Lindstrom to win the game. But like from what I'm seeing now, like I think Karlstrom is like closer to score a second goal, to be honest.
Wow. Prediction from Desari, mid-game right there. He's saying Karlstrom's going to win the game. Look, not my words.
Certainly, to Desari's point, it just seems a little bit more regimented. Does this Djurgården side? See the white shirts, they're lined up in his formation. The player switching has been on point from him. So much jockeying as well. He doesn't really want to dive into the tackle, so to speak, as Bromby will come forward again. Chance for Hedlund, who's been full of goals over this weekend, and now once again a chance to break away. And I certainly agree to your point, Desari. It just seems like a very much regimented Djurgården team here, as this ball will break forward. Watch out to that back post. There will be a man there. It could be 2-1. It will fall kindly, and the extra touch into the finesse, and it's past the goalkeeper, and Djurgården will lead by 2-1.
A fantastic pick out at the back post, let's say as well. Chiluffe dinked into that back post. Karlstrom was waiting with acres of space. Takes the touch as well. That's a big point for me right there. He didn't panic, Desari. He knew that he had time. He could take a touch, settle himself, and then just finesse it past the goalkeeper.
I think he practiced it, because like there is no way he take the chance, he control it and didn't shoot at the beginning, unless he practiced a little bit too much, to be honest. And I think that's what he wanted. He wanted Lindstrom to push a little bit more.
Goes into the box.
Probably easy though.
30 minutes away from booking a place in the final is Jesper Karlstrom of Djurgården.
This would completely throw, I would say, 90% of the predictions and the people backing Lindstrom to win completely for a loop. Everyone thought that this was Bromby's tournament, but Djurgårdens and Jesper Karlstrom have come with a game plan. 65 minutes in, they are doing a job right now, and Spencer Owen will be doing a forfeit. Let's not forget that.
Question is, Richard, what is the forfeit? Who decides it?
I really hope to see the R9 one.
I mean, Desari's saying it, the R9 haircut. There is still 20 minutes left. Lindstrom, we've seen him pull out some fantastic performances. We know he has the quality, but he's being starved of the ball right now.
A quick question as well, Desari. You've been in massive matches like this, in championship Sundays, as I've already alluded to. You're 2-1 up in a game. What is your mindset? Is it let's keep possession, or is let's go and get another goal?
I think to mix it, to try to mix it, because you know that player will pressure you like more. So if you just defend and give him the ball, he will eventually create chances and maybe score. So just keep the ball. He will press you more, and you'll find like more spaces.
I'm so impressed. So impressed by this performance from Karlstrom.
Here he is. Jesper Karlstrom. As we said, there is a pause cue, but this is so much better as well. We always talk about this in the professional FIFA scene, and you're probably thinking, you know, what you want about, but the fact there's been a pause cued, and that pause has not been allowed to be played yet. There you go. Mistaken, yeah, just kicked out.
You saw the face cam though. Frustration building for Jesper Lindstrom. Making changes here. All attacking changes in this 4-4-2 formation. Do you think maybe a formation change for him, Desari, with only 15 minutes left to go? Do you go 3 at the back?
I think I'll stay at 4-4-2, but change the instructions for the players. So if you have players to stay back, maybe put them on balance and use the team press, or maybe change to pressure and heavy touch after possession loss, constant pressure. It's up to what he's familiar to.
Those are such easy, you know, changes you can make, aren't they, Desari? But so effective in terms of your player instructions, getting behind, 3 roam, stay forward, stay back while attacking. Of course, we'll be looking at 2 completely different set of custom tactics and player instructions. But they're so important, aren't they? So, you know, seeing out game leads and also trying to get yourself back into a game.
It is, especially in formation. Like sometimes I change the formation, but like I still think the error is just one player instruction. Like maybe on stay forward, so I feel like he's too much up front that I cannot get the ball while he's on my pitch. So I have to put it to pause and then change.
Tell you what, that's a mistake at the back there. And Lindstrom's player didn't go down to ground. You can see it in the facial expression of the Dane. That could have been.
This is the perfect situation for Jesper Karlstrom right now. 10 minutes left to go. He can keep hold of the ball, wait for the players to squeeze up the pitch for Bromby, and then hit him on the counter.
I would love to see Lindstrom putting a team press, because there is not too many minutes left.
You see him playing
There's
offside
just
trap.
6 minutes left, and this, as I keeps alluding to and saying, it's been a regimented performance from Jesper Karlstrom, a player that hasn't scored all the goals in the world, but has showed consistent performances after another. From round 1 into the round of 16, through the quarterfinals in a golden goal win against Trent Alexander-Arnold yesterday. And now it looks as if maybe, if he could defend this, he may be into a final. He's defended it well, and it's a long ball forward. Another pause has been cued, this time by Jesper Lindstrom. He wants to make one more change, one more attacking change, and he'll get that ball to go back down the pitch again.
You always get one more chance.
Left. Well defended. He's just run into that wall of white players and white shirts that seems to be.
I think for me, Brandon, please, can I see the possession stats after this game? What we're thinking, Desari, at least 65%.
I'll go with 67, to be honest.
67%,
well.
that's what we're predicting. That's it.
That's it.
He has crowded an unbelievable result.
Djurgården will be in your Stay and Play Cup Grand Final. Commiserations to Jesper Lindstrom, but fair play as well. Look at the sportsmanship from the great Dane. There's the scarf in the air from the Swede. A legend of Djurgården. I'm sure that legendary status will continue for the midfield maestro from Djurgården. He's given us so many different performances here in the Stay and Play Cup, and now he will be in a grand final, Richard. I'm sure there'll be people out there saying, can we please have an all-Swedish final? It would be like a rematch, of course, between the two clubs, AIK and Djurgården, in the normal Allsvenskan season. Is it going to happen? That is the question.
Just when everybody thought that they had the Stay and Play Cup predicted, they had it wrote down, Djurgårdens has come in and ripped up the script. Unbelievable performance. Arguably, in my opinion, the best performance I've seen in this tournament.
Yeah, amazing stuff, amazing stuff. Of course, we had the pleasure of commentating that with MS Desari, but that is all from the commentary booth for that semi-final. We're going to throw it back over to the guys to break down all the action.
Yeah, thank you, Brandon and Richard. That was not the result everyone was expecting. All three of these guys around me, I'm not sure if I'm pointing the right way, predicted Jesper Lindstrom to do the business, but he did not. Let's talk to the winner right now, Jesper Karlstrom. Jesper, congratulations, yes, my friend. You did it. Nobody thought you could, and you did it. Congratulations to getting to the final.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, where's your lucky scarf? You have your scarf, yes?
Of course. It's here.
So tell me a little bit about your tactics. What did you do a little bit different in this game to prepare for Jesper Lindstrom?
Yeah, I know he's good with the ball. He's good in my penalty area. Around that, likes to dribble. So I just put a lot of focus on my defending. But I also wanted to have much possession. So that was my main tactics, to have the ball as much as possible to get him frustrated.
Yes, but I've got to give you a lot of credit on this one. I'll be honest, I predicted that Lindstrom was going to beat you, and I was wrong. So I hold my hands up on that. Well done to you. How do you feel now about being the tournament favourite? Because you are going to be the favourite going forward now, considering you've beaten a Lindstrom. Do you feel like it's yours to win?
Yeah, it feels weird, actually. But I know Jesper Lindstrom is a very good player. But feels amazing to be in the final, and I think I will win, of course, like every game.
And we saw you make adjustments versus Jesper Lindstrom. Do you have a program or planning for either of your oppositions that you could face on the other side of the bracket?
I think I will, like what I've seen, I think Nabil will play against me in the final. And I know Nabil personally, so I hope I will see him there.
Jesper, last question. Now, I see you keeping the ball really, really good, handling the ball possession, but do you feel like the best way to defend is to keep the ball?
Yeah, of course, it's the best way to defend. But like in a game like this, it's always a bit nervous when you only have one goal up. But I like to keep the ball and like get him a bit angry.
Well, Jesper, congratulations again, and we look forward to seeing you in the grand final later today.
Thank you.
There he is, Jesper Karlstrom. Now let's take a look at the highlights, guys. And Spencer, talk us through the beginning of these.
Well, obviously, yeah, it was the Swede that took the lead here with the ball. And, yeah, he just kept the ball so well and was able to frustrate his opponent. That's a smashing finish as well into the top corner. You see the celebrations there. Lindstrom clapping his opponent, getting a bottle of water, something we see that the esports guys do a lot just to kind of calm their nerves. He got one back pretty quickly and got himself back on level terms here. Mistake in the box from Karlstrom, playing the ball to him, and then look at this composure in the box. No rush. Anyone that's played FIFA this year knows all about the near post finishes. It's an important part of the game. So it's 1-1 at this point, and I'll let Mike carry us through what happened here.
Yeah, you got to give a lot of credit as you see this counter-attacking opportunity to Karlstrom and what he was able, or Karlstrom, excuse me, what he was able to put together. He really eliminated Jesper Lindstrom's free-flowing attack, and it's a beautiful counter, and he had the composure to take it down off his chest because we know converting crosses first time is very difficult, so it just increased his ability to be able to finish that and kind of at the rate that you will finish those types of opportunities.
So we have our first finalist then, don't we? We know one of them is going to be Jesper Karlstrom, the man from Sweden. So we're going to have at least one Swede in the final. But will he be playing his compatriot Nabil Bahoui from AIK in an all Swedish league final, or will he go up against Durami from Copenhagen? We'll find out in the next semi-final.
All right, everyone. So we have one semi-final done, as Spencer correctly said, but to no one's surprise, a Jesper is in the final. But who is going to join him? That is the big question. We're going to find out very soon in semi-final number 2 of the Stay and Play Cup. Will it be this man, Nabil Bahoui from AIK, who's been completely dominant, Mr. Personality, or from FC Copenhagen, Mo Durami, who's been excellent as well? This is going to be a cracking affair. Don't go anywhere.